Welcome back, everybody, to the Ascendant lands. Last time, you guys fought off an ambush while you were resting, and managed to wipe out a majority of your attackers, leaving one to escape, and one with a bribe of 20 gold gave you a few clues as to where the bandit hideout is, and maybe a secret code to get in, perhaps. And you left one there tied up with a dagger there, just so that they can try and free themselves and set themselves on the more righteous path. So from there, you took a road in the cart for an hour to set up a new camp, where you are resting right now. Is there anything you guys want to do before you do the long rest, or we can just skip right over that and see what happens during? Take that as a resounding all clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Yeah, we
That's
set up
alright.
like little noise things to warn us if
Yes.
people were trying to ambush us before.
Yes, you set up a few
Again,
noise
rather.
traps. And as night goes to day, you guys wake up, somewhat refreshed. The rain had dissipated somewhat from the heavy it was during the night. I would say from the time it is during now, it's around 11 a.m., 12 p.m., it's like midday-ish time, because of the delayed long rest you guys had. It is
Cool, did get a long rest then.
Yep, I'm gonna hit the long rest.
successfully long rest for you all.
I was literally like, wait until he says.
Yeah.
I
I mean, it was just one spell slot for me that I wanted to get back.
Yep, completed your long rest.
Go back 1 key point. Yeah.
Whoa, it's a lot of helpful. It's helpful. Probably gonna need it.
Okay, did we decide last session what we're going to do now, or do we need to discuss it?
I think we need to
Along
discuss
the
the
road.
the actual definite. I think we got a rough idea, but I think actual
Yeah,
finalizing
vague
this
idea,
plan.
we should probably do something about the bandits, but the methods we wanted to employ varied greatly, so...
There's no actual plan. It was.
There's no plan, but we have a plan to have a plan, so we're halfway there.
It's good enough for us.
We have like 12% of a plan.
All right, why not? So, are we just gonna knock on the door and say
No.
no? Like no one's. I don't know. I'm just kind of going with. I'm not really a battle plan person. Like this is not really my forte. I was kind of leaving it up to you guys to figure out what the hell we're doing, because I don't really want to get skewered with arrows.
We should probably scout out the area first.
Isn't it behind a waterfall? What the hell are you going to scout?
There's the rest of the area.
But it's all inside a rock.
They might not
No,
all be
Talari.
inside.
There is an entire region where these people are preying on other travellers. There will be people running around. There's wherever Checkpoint Charlie, or whatever the fuck they were calling it was last night. There's watchtowers and supply caches and all the kind of stuff you need if you're going to go raiding across a huge ass area like this.
You mentioned Checkpoint Charlie. Do you think that guy we left run off that's where he went?
Almost certainly, that's where they were going. That's where they would expect to meet with either any reinforcements or any other escapees. Of course they went there.
Hindsight, we probably should have followed him, and if he had met up with others.
I tried to follow him. He disappeared into the night faster than well, quite frankly, I did not expect him to be faster than me.
Slightly concerning.
Possibly just better at hiding.
That is also true. It was raining very, very heavily.
Yeah,
so
chasing down. You're zooming along, chasing somebody. All it really needs is for him to drop flat somewhere you didn't expect, and
yeah.
So I guess it's a pretty safe assumption that they'll know a lot about us.
I mean, what are they going to tell her? We jumped out on them, and holy shit, they can't half fight.
Well, and obviously
they'd have known that if they turned up this morning and found a whole pile of corpses.
True, yeah. I suppose. I guess.
The only details they've got is you have a glowing axe, I have a creepy visage,
And
one of us
Krusk
can
can
throw
fire
lightning,
Hmm.
others
True.
can throw
Krusk puffs his chest
fire,
out.
and Thoradin's got a pretty cool hammer.
Hey,
That
I can
will
control
they-
storms.
handling.
I can
Do they
control
know
storms.
all that though? Because not all of that was in view of them, was it? They saw the lightning. Did Thoradin use his cool hammer before the guy
The
ran off?
maximum they'll be
Yeah.
able to tell anyone
Hmm.
Is that we're a threat?
Yeah.
is that we're a significant threat.
Hmm.
They'll be-
Mind you,
they-
if they're that good at hiding, maybe they're spying on us right now.
They'd probably at the very least be able to give them like genders and races and stuff, so they know what they're like general appearance to keep a lookout for.
Can't hear you.
Like a
Hmm.
group. There is a group of these people in a wagon or whatever. You know.
Which they almost certainly knew beforehand.
I don't know. Like they probably just saw a wagon and went for it. I would have thought.
They know enough now that this
I
solution.
doubt they knew before. How would they know without attacking us? But I mean,
Not much without attacking us, but just by looking at us, they'd know how many there were. There was only 2 of us. They probably wouldn't have sent so many people.
They also knew there was a wolf. They came prepared for
yes, they do know about the wolf.
That is true.
I mean, she's 9 foot long. She's pretty fucking obvious.
that. Exactly.
Hmm.
They only needed to watch us for maybe an hour or two
Exactly.
before we actually made camp.
Well, considering how
But
many of
one
them
point
snuck
on
up.
that, by the way. The meat that the wolf was pouring at would looked quite sickly and probably would have poisoned the wolf. If the
I'd
wolf had eaten
guess
it.
that even without looking at it, like that we either had like a big spike in it or it was really not good for you.
I thought it was just like a trap, like something would have attacked it or something. I don't know. Or he was going to drag it along to get him out of there
Yeah.
or something.
This is why I say like a big spike or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Some
Okay.
form of
Like a little
injury or
cartoon.
incapacitation.
Yeah, yeah.
So in terms of next moves, I think we should, maybe head to the hideout, but we can look for things along the way.
I mean,
They
I
must have
guess.
left trails. Like,
I'm
coming
really
to and
not
fro.
certain about the hideout. Like
I think we should go to
it's
the
got
hideout.
too many It's got too many unknowns.
Also, I mean, is
We'll
it really
find
a
out
good
where
idea
the
to?
controller was.
Is it really a good idea to fight them on their home turf? I mean, they're going to be at an
Exactly.
advantage just for the fact that we're at their house.
They wouldn't be expecting us to attack
Yeah,
them on their
they
own turf.
don't
But if
know
they've
we
but if
know.
then, but if they got like I don't know, secret alcoves or trapdoors or I don't know what people like that have, but you know they're gonna know those things and we're not.
Is that worse than just walking around the countryside and potentially getting attacked again?
Yeah, we don't have anywhere to stand off, or we
Mm.
don't have any traps to set up or anything
We're at a
like that.
disadvantage
Given
if we're sleeping. And
I
we
mean-
need to get
Knowledge
up.
now.
I mean,
Given we have this knowledge now, we could just go on to the next town and get reinforcements.
Like who? We're
Like
not
any
well
other
liked
number
in a
of
lot
bounty
places.
hunters.
There is one encampment we can go to, isn't there, Matt? The Helm encampment that are
But
fighting
that's
the
a-
bandits.
That's a bit further out to.
Oh, okay, that's quite far out.
That's in Bolscrow, the Helm encampment is. But Moradin
Oh, I
City, your next city, would have.
I was just thinking of Moradin City,
yeah.
personally.
I mean, I guess the other option is to make ourselves a target. Like they came to us quite easily before. If we made ourselves look appealing, maybe another scouting party would come for us.
Problem is, if I was them, I would attack when we're sleeping again. That puts us at
Yeah.
a big disadvantage.
Well, only
Unless
if we're actually sleeping.
But we can't every
We all
night
need to sleep.
stay up on the off
Yeah,
chance that they attack that night.
Talari,
You're gonna get
most of us need
exhausted.
more than 4 hours sleep a night.
Ah, yes, I keep forgetting.
If we attack them, we'll be fully equipped, fully geared up. I'll have my armor. Krusk will hold up his.
Yeah, you won't be caught in your nightshirt again.
In his undies.
Well, no, I tell you what we could do. If we... Like, they're not letting anyone through that we've seen on this road so far.
I don't-
Even, like everyone knows there's bandits on this road. Any merchants or whatever are going to be hiring, like, a shit ton of guards, meaning they've taken out the merchant caravans with a shit ton of guard. Which possibly took them more than one attempt. If they're that determined to control the area, they will come after us again.
That's what I mean. Let them come. I mean, they're not going to bring their entire force, surely.
Or we raid their hideout when they're not expecting it, and we get We recover the stolen goods. that
Right.
they've
My
taken.
point is that if they want to come to us, then we can find a more defensible position
Ambush the ambushers.
But
and turn it into a reverse
what's a
trap.
more defensible
We can't
position?
just
We sit
stay
in the
here for like
woods.
weeks waiting for them to
Yeah.
attack us in a fortified position.
We might not get lucky in
Mm.
certain checks.
Is it likely to take weeks though? I mean,
could do.
if they're already looking for us,
I mean, if I
I mean,
was the
we're at risk-
bandit and I came across a
Hmm.
fortified camp, I would wait. I wouldn't attack the camp because they know we're going to have to move eventually. We can't just sit in the wild for ages.
We do
Oh,
have
maybe
another
we
job
can't.
to do, so we can't just stick around for that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, but either we need to commit to doing it properly, and rushing in and trying to take them all out on their home turf isn't doing it properly, or we just need to leave.
Yeah, we're not saying rush in.
But I think we should go and with due caution because the alternative is we continue to go and just we can get attacked at any
But you
point.
say with due caution. What do you actually mean by that?
You know, moving stealthily, looking for tracks.
Oh no,
Scoping
right.
out the
Okay,
area.
we scout out the area around the base, right?
Mm.
But then when it comes to your plan to actually assault the base,
It depends, doesn't it? What we discover, that's the point of the scouting.
this place
So
isn't
we'll go and
likely to
scope it
have.
out.
This place isn't likely to have multiple exits, is it?
The scouting, right? We'll have to go and we'll have to scope it out.
Well, I'm
As
just.
far as
I'm-
we know,
I'm-
it's one
well,
entry, one exit.
Could we?
yeah,
Could
well,
we?
I don't trust that guy.
Could
Pick him
we?
up.
Could we not bait them out and funnel them through the front door?
If that is the case, then
Yeah.
sure,
Debate
but
them.
that would have to
sort
be
of
the
my
case.
thought is that we could stake, if we know where their front door is, we could stake out their front door, because eventually they are going to have to do something if we trap them inside.
Yeah.
If every time they step outside we like jump on them like a ton of bricks,
Hmm.
they're going to have to do something.
And,
Okay,
and if
so-
they're stuck behind a
They're
wall.
going to have to come out to us.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, if they're stuck behind a waterfall, they surely can't all just come out in force. That
But
takes.
that's only if there is only one entry. If there's multiple entries, then we have to be a bit more creative with our thinking.
That's what we need to scout out.
Yeah.
I agree. I think we should go. We should scout out the area, and then we
I
can
was
decide.
thinking we should go
what's
back
moved.
to yesterday's campsite and check if the dead bodies are still there.
Why on the concept of them being taken by the bandits, or are you worried about the whole?
Hmm.
Well, no, we
Undead.
stopped them from becoming undead, but
Hmm.
one of the things that people have said is that no dead bodies have ever been found, like even when people know
No.
they've killed some. I
Mm.
figured
Is-
they were just going and like burying their dead or whatever, but
Is
if
that
it's
bandits or victims though?
bandits
They said.
Oh, okay.
specifically. Even when people know they've been slain.
But we're still unsure.
No
if
trait
all
has
of
been
these tales
found.
are
The
or whether
quote
they
from
are
the poster
formulated
is
or whether they are spoken.
Arthur, I'm having a hard time understanding you. What did you say?
The thing is, we still don't know if these fairy tales or whatever they are from reputable sources. They could be, paid
Well, this
by
is-
the bandits to influence.
This is why I want to go and take a look.
We're taking a look. Yeah, we can see if they're still there.
Hmm. Well, it's only an hour, I
It's only
suppose.
an hour.
Also, if we do find something's happened, we may well be able to track whoever did it. It's not raining anymore.
Very
If they
true.
arrived
Interesting.
this morning after the rain has stopped, we may be able to track them.
If not, interrupt their act. I mean, they've got to dig up all those people. They probably
That's a
wouldn't have done
great
it. And they probably
idea.
wouldn't have done it in the rain.
Fairly heavy job.
well, you lay them under cans of wood.
Yeah.
Didn't
wouldn't have to
didn't
dig them
bury
up.
them.
They wouldn't have to dig them up. It probably wouldn't be that heavy a job, but it'd still be fairly slow going. I mean, making off with 12 corpses is a bit of a task.
So should we go back and check out the bodies and then head to the hideout?
Don't see why not.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so.
Krusk will give City some extra food due to the trauma from the previous night.
Wow.
Wait, did she see the trauma? I'm guessing she did.
She was in the
I
tent,
don't know.
wasn't she?
Maybe
Oh,
she did.
she heard.
Yeah.
Quaking.
Oh, okay.
Quaking in the tent.
Also-
Hands in.
Also, most of the trauma that cat had was of you torturing that fucking bloke.
Yeah. See what you're capable of. Chopping a dude's hand off.
That's
It's gonna be
my
scared
mark.
of you.
Didn't see
Yeah.
that. City didn't see that. It's fine.
How do you know? Maybe it's just
Just
she was
blindfold her?
watching with interest.
That's gonna
Yeah.
roll. Ow.
Cats are curious creatures.
This is an experienced cat, okay? This ain't your run-of-the-mill cat.
It's seen a lot of shit.
It's seen some shit for sure.
It's been in wars.
It's been a horse.
He's a veteran cat.
Okay, so you pack up your camp and you make your way back to your previous camp for the night. Take the hour to go back.
Mhm.
And when you get there, the cairns with which you buried the bodies are no longer there. There is obvious description of someone or multiples of people have come along and taken the bodies somewhere. Now, because it was wet, knowing the exact numbers of people who were picking up the bodies is kind of marred by your prints and other muddy prints, but you can definitely tell the direction the bodies have been taken.
Well, this is so sort of disturbing and reassuring at the same time.
It's tracking time.
Hmm.
Bet they went to Checkpoint Charlie.
I guess so.
The
Might be
fuck are they
helpful in
doing?
itself. If we can take off a portion outside of the hideout, that would be very helpful.
That's true. Long rest in between. Yeah.
Tactical.
Matt,
Hello.
if I'm looking at the tracks on this and that,
Uh-huh.
that's 12 corpses. 12? No, 11. No, possibly just 10. Dead bodies they had to make off with. That's a lot of dead bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Wagon.
there marks of a vehicle, even something so crude as like a drag mat? Of a beast of burden?
Mm.
Anything like that?
Like or even like an open top wagon, like what's on here. You know, like a what they used to carry dead in when the plague happened.
This is
Like,
hard
is
to
there
tell.
is there tracks of a vehicle? Well, I'm thinking
what-
a vehicle would have left deep ruts
Mm.
in
So
the wet
from-
earth.
So from what you can tell, some form of sled maybe has been used.
Or a sled
And
or a
so-
drag mat, something flat.
And so, because of that, any leading tracks have been marred by the dragging of the bodies.
But nevertheless, something like a sled or a...
Mm.
So you got
Something
two
that's
long,
very-
sort of two long
Two
lines.
to 3 bodies maybe at a time.
Right.
You could guess
People
by the
dragged
width
the
of the
sledge?
by the
Okay.
width of the sledge.
tracks.
Hmm.
Can we track that though?
That's
Yeah.
probably the
Sled tracks.
yeah.
Yeah.
We certainly can try. Make a
Well, it
survival
sounds
check
like
for me.
that's
Yeah.
Get the wolf
Alright.
to do it. He can.
Can we
stick around,
all
maybe,
try
but-
tracking or?
So the easiest thing will be to do is whoever has the highest survival roll with advantage.
Guarantee it's Nadia.
Oh, they have it.
I've got
Plus
a,
5.
I've got +6 on survival.
I've got +6
Ooh.
as well, but I'm happy for Nadia to do it.
I
It makes
have-
more sense RP wise anyway.
I have a +3.
I
plus
do
one,
have
dude.
the wolf. Matt, how old are the tracks, or do I have to roll for that?
Well, it's from last night.
Oh yeah. But when you say it's from last night, is it from directly after we left, or is it from 3 hours ago? Like, there's quite a big window. How far behind these people are
Well,
we?
if they were during the rain specifically,
I was about
It
to say,
hasn't-
was it before or after the rain stopped? Can I tell?
Probably during the rain,
Okay.
because there's like puddles and stuff forming in the tracks.
Mm.
But the rain has been
Hmm.
stopped for the past 2 or so hours.
Okay. So in
So-
the early hours of the morning, then after we'd
Mhm.
left,
Trying to think of
Like,
my
like
we
long
slept.
after we'd left.
guidance.
My
I
theory
give.
is, dude went to Checkpoint C, got some help. They went back a few hours later to the bodies.
and hopefully
Yeah.
they're at checkpoint C, and we can just
Kill a bunch. Again.
talk to them first, and then kill a bunch when they.
How strict
quite
is your
obviously.
penance? Do we have to literally offer every single person redemption?
Yes.
Turi has to try.
If-
Turi
if-
has to try.
If someone
Turi
runs
has to
away
try.
from us and then we meet them in a second fight, do we have to re-offer them?
I
the
mean,
penance?
surely the guy that you let go, if he was there,
Oh,
he failed his
if-
penance.
That's what I was
if-
thinking. Like, do you have
yeah,
to
him-
re-ask him?
I feel like him specifically went
and hung out with a bunch of bandits and started doing bad shit again. So him specifically, I can just go straight up no. But the rest of them, I have to give them a chance.
Alright,
Fair,
alright.
fair.
23.
I'll be waiting there.
Okay. 23.
Do I get a bonus for the wolf? I don't think she's got a trait. She gets advantage on
Smell and stuff, right?
Most likely perception.
No.
wisdom.
No, because you had the advantage, you're not going to get you can't get the double advantage because everyone is helping you anyway. The tracking.
Fair.
I would like quadruple advantage, please. Thank you.
Well, yeah, I get to roll 5 times and take the best out of all of them.
Thank
That'd be
you.
great.
Okay.
wouldn't it?
So as you are tracking, okay, can you all see that one?
Green things. Yes.
A crazy
Yeah.
weird spaceship. Yeah, I can see it.
Crazy with spaceship. Yeah.
I see the
So-
crazy with spaceship.
So if you imagine the road in this map is the trail you've been tracking, for ease.
So
Yep.
it's not actually
Maps.
a road, right? It's just our trait.
It's
trail.
not. It's just
Not
it's just
actually
the
a
trail
road.
you've been following.
There's not actually a horse there either.
It's not a horse there.
The horse. Oh,
That's just. I'll move them away. Because I imagine you tie them up at the camp.
well, this is what I
Yeah.
thought the slavers before.
It's just a
Is that
general
right?
map. Don't you worry.
Familiarity. Retro Turi.
It's just a general map. Oh yeah, sorry about that. I'll change that. So anyway, so while you're been following the tracks, there you are.
Thank you.
There you are. So you've been following the tracks, and you come up to this form on the ground.
On the ground. sorry?
So the green circle on the ground. You
What
find
was
this
it?
on the ground from the tracks.
Oh,
Apple-
it looks.
Colour?
It's not that color, but it stands out because
So what is this? Like a
When you
magic?
say it's on the ground,
alien technology.
Yeah, what is this that we're seeing?
what's
Like,
it made of?
it's like a rocky thing.
no. So can I have Talari and Krusk roll Arcana checks for me, please?
Oh fuck.
Can I do a
Magic.
I got 17.
I
I
can't.
was about to say that, like,
That-
Investigation or something.
I got like a
just to-
9. No.
Krusk, you understand this to be some kind of teleportation circle.
Oh fuck.
Shit.
Interesting.
Geniuses.
Very interesting. Krusk will say, my friends,
Wait.
I know I'm new to this, but I'm getting a sense from this. I believe it's a teleportation ring of some kind.
Huh.
Cowards. Teleporting around this place.
Well, that makes sense. I
Can't
guess.
face us.
can we use it?
I
How
don't know.
Work.
I think you
Thoradin's
need a
just
spell.
gonna jump in the circle. Go! Teleport me.
That's one way to
Activate.
go, I guess.
Teleport.
So, from what you know of teleportation circles, from being in the Zoo City, because the walking banks use a similar method. Essentially, a teleportation circle, you use magical chalks in the ground, and each one is essentially keyed in to a location. So, you put in the coordinates or whatever, the special code essentially for your destination, and you'll go to that equivalent teleportation circle. This one looks like a permanent teleportation circle. So
Wow.
someone has spent the time to, most likely for a year or so, to make this circle permanent, so they can go to and from whichever point they wish to go to and from.
Hmm.
Does Thoradin jump in it? Does anything happen?
No, you need to cast the spell to do it.
Oh, okay. You have to actually
You use
cast
the
Yeah.
teleport spell.
You have to use
Teleport.
But you
teleportation
can-
circle.
You need to cast teleportation circle and know your destination.
I
But this
do
is
not have
a
that
this is
spell.
a this is a source point, so you could
So this is a return.
you could draw well, it's a to and from essentially.
It's basically the Bifrost.
But is there any way to
QR
find
code.
out the coordinates for the destination, simply from the circle.
You can certainly write it down. If you have any paper or whatever, you can copy this down.
Oh yeah,
and you
but
will
can
know
we
the
translate
location
the
of this
code?
circle. Well, you will know the location of this circle.
They're all different. They don't. You don't have like a pair.
This,
Or
Think
It's
of
all
it
you
like
need.
a QR code. You scan it and
No.
it brings you to a certain
Well, it
link,
would only
but
take you to
you
like
don't
this
understand
one.
the QR code.
The QR code is this circle. It
Mhm.
wouldn't tell you about any other
Yeah.
circles.
No, but Krusk, how do they work? What makes them go? Can we break it?
Can we break it? I assume we just
You just-
smash it up, right? Like break the
Well,
pattern.
Well, it depends. If it's made out of chalk, you just disrupt the chalk.
Yeah.
But the
Okay.
question is, do we use this as a stakeout area?
Oh,
If we stake this out,
Mm.
they teleport. They
also,
won't know that we're here. You instantly get a surprise on them because they just won't know.
Is this out in the open? The circle?
Mhm.
Or they just
in the
have it
middle
in
of the
open?
forest.
Okay.
Because
Generally,
generally,
you're quite deep in the forest area, so
Yeah.
the likelihood of someone coming across it is rare without knowing what its purpose
Okay.
is.
Maybe,
although
yeah.
we've answered the question about multiple exits, they absolutely have multiple exits.
correct.
yeah, teleportation circles.
Another
Yeah.
way to get around.
They can teleport all over the
I'm
place.
just thinking, is it a good use of our time? So I guess we stake it out, kill whoever comes out,
hmm
and then they'll probably won't use it again. So I guess destroy it and then
The
move on.
question is if it's worth us. Like, we don't know how many they have. So if we were to destroy this one, they're just going to use other ones that we
True,
don't
but this
know
is a good
about.
way to thin out the herd.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
they know.
resources, right, as well. It takes a long time to set up these things. Might as well.
Well,
Yeah.
it takes a year.
It takes a year
Every
to
day.
per one.
Every
it's a long
day for a
time.
year.
Yeah, we may as well, before we move on, we should destroy it. But
hmm
Well, do we want to stake it out and then destroy it, or do we just want to destroy it?
This is the thing, because destroying it for sure we should be doing. The question is, yeah, whether we.
they
whether
know
we...
they know we're in the area, right?
Yes.
So they might come back here to try and chase us, or they might have another one that they might go to try.
Depends
and
how close the next one is.
Yeah,
If
that's
it's
the
a
thing.
day's travel up the road, they'll go
Yeah.
to that one looking for
Yeah,
us.
and that's the problem.
Yeah, but these aren't easy to put together. Surely they don't.
You're a
have that many.
mage. Yeah. Could you find these?
How do you mean?
Can you like look for magic in the floor and find them?
That's not generally how they are. You can't do that. It's not like
Learn the
it's.
spell. You can learn where ones are.
So, no, that's
You get
rough.
like a bunch. You get a bunch when you learn
Yeah.
the spell.
What?
But you can only
Why
teleport.
don't we...
So you can only
Sorry.
teleport to ones that you know the pattern. You can't just use one to get to all the others. It doesn't work that way.
Question.
Yeah.
Why don't we just set up a very, very big explosive kind of trap right on the circle so that when it's triggered, big boom, hurts people who try to come through,
Can you make those?
but destroys
Anyone have
destroys
that?
the circle at the same
Maybe like
time?
C4 or
I
anything.
don't know. You guys do
Have you got
magic
the
things.
tools for
Can't you
explosives?
do like
No.
a,
I don't.
if
like
you
a,
want, but
a
I don't have
thing
like
with,
the load
with
one.
magic?
I can't do that.
No,
No.
really?
No, that's
That seems like something that would be a good idea for magic people to do.
I'm pretty sure that's a thing, but I can't do that.
I'm using magic casting.
We could do a straightforward like rope trap with like a spike or something heavy coming down. I don't know.
Mm.
Thing is, you can't put like a pitfall because obviously that would disturb it.
So
Yeah.
I would say, if you want to destroy this teleportation circle, you probably need to spend the best part of half the day of properly going over the ground and destroying any connection to the ground to it.
Oh, can I
It's
just-
blast
magically there, isn't
I was
it?
saying, can I not blast it with fire?
Well, it's
No, it's
magically embedded
magical.
into the location, so you've got to
Mm.
like completely shift up the earth.
I mean, I could just cast the spell magic and get rid of it, but that's a
Do
third
you have
level
shape
slot.
earth? Do you have shape earth, Sonny?
No, I don't.
Is
Yeah,
it
the spell
actually-
magic could work.
I mean, the spell magic would do it, but that's a level 3 slot, and I've only got 3 of those.
How
Oh,
big
it's
is it? How
alright,
big?
it's
How
fine.
big are these circles? Like,
10 foot, I want to say.
can you imagine if you dug it up and just like put it at the top of the tree or
Yeah,
something?
10
It
foot
just-
diameter circle.
Yeah. But the circle.
If we took off like the top player and
Just
took
put
it
it in
with
the
us,
wagon. Yeah, they just. I don't think that would
does it
work.
still
though.
work? Or
No,
like,
I
That'd be
don't
fun.
think
Chop
how
it,
it
chop a
works.
tree down. Put a tree on top of it. They just end up getting teleported
People would
into a
just
tree.
pop up on top of the tree.
Would they? I thought they would teleport into the tree.
Yeah.
That's quite funny.
I don't know.
Uh,
I thought it'd be funny to take it with us, or just put it in
any
like a-
creature that enters the portal instantly appears within 5 feet of the destination circle or in the nearest occupied space if that space is
Okay.
occupied.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
it
so you can't do
does actively try not to teleport you into other people.
Mm.
Unfortunately for us.
Yeah. So yeah, we'd have to destroy it.
Wow.
But I mean, that sounds like our two options. Either we destroy it now, later. And
Is it
do we
worth
stake out,
staking out before we wreck the place?
basically, like that's.
It's gonna be a whole day gone if we stake out.
Yeah, but
Well,
if we're
half
going
an
to
hour
do
to
this,
destroy.
we've got to commit to doing it properly. It's
Yeah.
going to take us days and days anyway. We're going to have to find the place, scout the place out, dick around with mages who fucking well set up teleportation. Like,
I
mage
mean-
who can teleport. They have 50 odd people. Why the fuck are they hanging around here being bandits?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's some advanced bandit shit.
Yeah, this is some hardcore. Yeah.
It's-
I mean,
we would have to
if
realise,
we
right,
if
the
we
rest
are
of the business-
if we are worried about time, you know, she's got
Not like ours, a job has a deadline.
Talari's got dispel magic, and that will get rid of it straight away, at the cost of a level 3 slot. She could just do
No,
that,
I think it's best to save that though,
possibly.
I think
just in
we
case.
just destroy it and move on. I think it's too much time for something that probably won't happen.
The other thing is,
What's
yeah,
taking it out?
it's very possible that if they are looking for us, they'll go to a different checkpoint.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I
And
don't
if
think they'll
they-
come back to this
If
one.
they aren't looking for us, then the chances of them particularly choosing this one is also very limited.
Yeah, they've got the
But-
bodies.
If we're dispelling their transportation circles on our merry way, they
Really
are more
gonna come
likely
after
going
us.
to come after us.
Oh, yeah.
Mm,
Matt,
Destroy it.
Hmm.
Nadia's had a thought, and that thought is this isn't just some nondescript random patch of forest, isn't it?
Pretty much.
So, it's possible that it's not, but it's also possible that there are trail markers left. So that lost little bandits can find their way back home in the dark of the night. She's gonna go round and look for some.
Make a survival check for me, please.
Absolutely. Survival. Come on, give me a good roll. Hey, that's another 23.
Okay. How far out are you willing to go on your search for markers?
She's gonna explain this to the rest of the party and say, like, if they are here and we can find them, then we'll be able to find more of these. And she's gonna like start doing a spiral basically.
Okay.
Can I help
You're
a
gonna-
look?
You're gonna have to give me a while.
Oh, we can destroy this while you're doing that, I suppose.
Well, Krusk was going to ask Talari to dispel magic it. Obviously, it's going to cost us half the day.
okay.
Okay.
I think it's worth it, just
Yeah.
I
Do
agree.
you reckon?
Help me look.
because me and you have got a lot of sorcery. but
I'll-
you're
yeah, I'll
sorcerer,
help
right?
Nadia look.
All right.
Okay, so roll again, Nadia, just in case for a even higher roll with advantage.
Nah, it was a
No.
few lower. I only rolled
Okay.
a 13 that time.
23 is the best one. Sweet.
23 is the best out of those two rolls.
Okay, so you
Oh,
two
what a
are helping
shame.
together. Yeah, what a shame. So Talari is going to cast his full magic. What are Thoradin and Krusk doing? Just cheering on for more support, or
Just watching the area, making sure they don't jump out of the trees.
okay? So can I have Thoradin roll a perception for me, please? And Krusk, what are you planning on doing?
So roll perception as well, just see if there's anything else like around here, because obviously this is one of their teleport sites. Maybe there's
Yeah, you can do if you want.
got a camp or
So-
something.
I
nearby.
only got 8, sorry, yeah. Couldn't need
8.
We're getting ambushed. Thoradin is definitely getting ambushed.
that. Yeah. I mean, he's short. He can't really see, like. Yeah.
I got that
Can't
one.
even see above that shrub.
Oh God.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but on the other hand, he'll be able to see people's feet if they're walking along behind the bushes, which
He's
we
too,
wouldn't.
he's too busy taking in the sight of his hammer.
Oh my God.
That's very true. So yeah, so fortunately, Krusk, you don't really see much apart from. It's a magic. It's a teleportation circle.
One solid teleportation circle.
This is pretty good. Some trees around it. Okay. And Talari, can I please have you roll a spell ability check?
I'll be back in a sec.
That is.
Because of
Yep. It is a 17 because it's charisma, isn't it? It's just my roll plus my charisma, right? That's what it is. Ability check.
and prof. Ability
And
check
prof.
using your spellcasting ability.
Oh, okay, so and prof is on top of that. So
What, your proficient?
that is 7. So unnatural 20.
So there was an aura about the teleportation circle that you thought there's magic going on here. You don't feel that anymore.
Nice.
Nice.
Cool.
Krusk will clap her on the back.
So is the
Well
chalk?
done,
The
sir.
chalk is still there, though. I assume.
Well, the mark is still there,
Yeah.
but the magical connection you
Yeah.
felt before.
I'll Well, I've got rid of the magic, but it might be worth us, getting rid of the pattern just in case they come and do it again.
Can I just pee on it?
I mean, all right, but you're probably
I
gonna
mean,
more
Rude?
disrupt
no,
what it is.
that might help.
Like
I'd
disturb
rather
the
not.
earth. I was thinking more of, dig up stuff.
If he's
Thoradin's just okay
If
on that.
everything's
Thoradin's just
on
gonna
it.
slam his hammer down on the ground.
you're not doing your business on it.
Not in front of you guys, I guess.
I
For
guess.
future reference, if he does that, would shape
Shy.
to work on it.
Thoradin
If I was
shy?
gonna do something. Oh, I could Ray of Frost it so it gets.
What Matt thinks of that idea.
He
Yeah.
doesn't want to scare Talari,
Talari's a nurse, man.
She's probably seen worse than your dong.
Exactly. She's probably seen
How is it?
dongs of most
Get this
races
dong.
of shapes and sizes.
You've seen Thoradin's though.
Yeah, that's the thing though.
I don't think it's. I think she's seen
It's,
plenty
it's
of dwarf.
mighty.
I think she's seen plenty of dwarf
I
dongs.
don't think it really is,
Don't think it. Don't think it.
I'm not.
no.
I'm not so sure on that
Other
one,
hammer.
man.
No.
Brilliant, man.
It's his second.
I
hammer.
mean, that hammer's got to be compensating for something.
Very true.
All right. So yeah, who's gonna you're gonna be disturbing it then, or?
Yeah, I hope Thoradin
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like mess up the chalk as well.
To get
Yeah,
over.
so you manage enough to mark it up and rough it up, so it looks pretty unusable on top of the dispel magic.
Cool.
Okay, so Turygurtha and Nadia, on your spiral, you kind of both go on concentric spirals away, so you meet up every now and again as you go around. A few times there's like a little X almost forms of like a line of sight through the trees. So as you walk down on one way, there's a. Let me do a bit of drawing. So as you go down one way, you notice that, and the other way, you notice that it lines up, and the same on the other way as you go around. So
When
someone
you say it lines up, like there's a blank
as you-
space.
as you go around your spiral, there's a point in the forest where you both line up exactly opposite each other, and you can see each other across where the circle would be.
Well, like a hole in the environment, or like a specific hole made in like trees, shrubbery.
So people have done some kind of topiary shaping to
Like
make sure
clipping the
there is a
branches back and stuff.
yes. So it
Okay,
almost
okay.
unless you weren't looking at each other, you wouldn't necessarily notice there was anything amiss about the wildness of the forest.
It's only on this one very narrow line that there's a gap.
That you notice, and you can see each other on the other side, thinking, "Huh, I can actually see all the way through. What are the odds of that actually happening?"
Nadia and Chewy just standing like a good 200 meters apart, giving one another confused looks. Like,
But there's no. Is there a marking on the shrubbery or anything, or on the end of the trees or rocks, or is it just the
think-
fact that there's a line?
It's oddly shaped. It's one of those things where it looks almost normal, but like
Right.
it's,
oh, you're looking for it.
Yeah. So So unless you. Yeah.
It's like when you see a tree that has a face, and it looks like a face, and it doesn't. You don't think it should be there, but it is.
Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be very difficult to like see while we're driving down on the wagon. 'cause you
Nadia's
just-
You
going to
need
turn her
two
back
people.
on Turi and look the other way. How far the other way does it go?
Why, alright? Maybe 200, 300 feet?
Quite a way then.
Hmm.
And it's this single line. We didn't notice it in like coming from
Well, it's like
another
a cross
direction.
it's like a cross pattern as you
Oh,
you
okay.
got.
Okay, so it's
Does that make so? You almost like it
going
makes
the
like
other
a
way as
cross.
well. Right. Okay. So like X marks the spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's another one that goes like that, right?
Perpendicular, I
Mhm.
assume. Yeah. From the center.
Yeah.
So they line up. So you can almost imagine that they appear and they follow one of the lines out. And
Or
they know
one
the
of them. They
direction.
follow the lines back in, yeah.
Okay, so maybe it won't be something we can spot
No.
on car, but it is something we might be able to spot
Something
when
we can
next
spot
make
on foot.
camp.
Possibly.
Well,
Yeah.
now we know what to look for.
Yeah.
That is true.
If that's a trail marker, which I guess it is, that's some dedication. What the fuck are they doing?
Very organized for a bunch of bandits.
Yeah. Does anyone know anything about this stretch of country? What's it known for? Other than the bandits, like before the bandits, what was it known for?
I mean,
Not like a mine or anything around here, is there?
if anything, Thoradin will know he's from this area.
Thoradin?
I don't know if I've been in this countryside. But
You've definitely
Yeah, but
travelled
you
along.
travel around the world a lot. You
I mean, you're from
Yeah.
Moradin.
yeah, but I don't
You're
know
from
how many
Moradin
times
too.
you go into the countryside. Like you take the
Yeah.
roads
Yeah.
and stuff.
Oh yeah, but like
Don't know.
I'm wondering if they're here for a reason. Like they're like Krusk said that circle that we just wrecked took them a year to do.
Yeah.
What's this?
Like
town
that's
down
a
there?
year of concerted
Talos Reach.
effort. Then that is not a year of concerted effort just to like rob the occasional merchant of a few furs and stuff. That is like, and the hideout has like flood defenses. That's powerful magic.
Hmm.
And
Put her on
the-
a history check for me, Thoradin.
Could they have found it? Like maybe they found a hideout, which somebody else set up previously. It had a load of magical stuff in.
Yeah, but who would have done the whole year with a teleportation circle?
know.
That is commitment. That is someone starting a business, not doing a few bandit
Does
matches.
does beg to wonder though, if they are this powerful, why are they just being bandits?
Well, that's what I'm talking about. They're here. They've got a magic circle, probably loads more than one. They've trimmed the forest into a pointer so they don't get lost. Like, they leave nobody alive. They retrieve their dead to enhance their reputation, I guess.
Well, you know,
Like,
don't have to recruit then, do you?
Well, what if they are? What if the person we are talking about here is using the bandits as a front, and actually they need the dead bodies for some kind of experimentation?
dead
or
bodies. I don't think the dead bodies are the thing. Like, it looks to me like they're trying to keep people out of the area.
specifically
Something to
the
do with a
land?
cave.
Maybe,
But
yeah,
they're doing a good
maybe
job
it's
there
the cave
because
itself.
they've got a massive bounty on their heads. They could have just stayed in their waterfall cave.
Hmm.
No.
For your history check, Thoradin, 7,
Yeah.
right?
If you think about it, we would have just.
Did you
passed
roll
through the
really
whole region.
badly?
Yeah, you got 7.
His mind goes blank.
Well, there probably is mines and stuff in the area because Moradin City is like a city of creation and like
Yeah.
they use a lot of raw materials. They tend to use off the mountains of the Scoriaceous Stonebones' teeth, but if that's quite hard work and quite dangerous because of the weather system and there's like bad things on the mountains.
Is
And
that
so if they're able
mountains,
to,
like here?
so this range. Oh shit!
Which
Look at
range?
that.
I
It's
can't
it's
see
up
you
here.
pinging. Oh, this one, right?
This
I
this
can
whole
never
line.
remember what the.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, this whole line here is basically like mountain range because
Yeah,
it feeds
spikes.
off into the
I thought this was mountains, but no, that's actually more sea, isn't it?
It's more sea, yeah. But like that's quite dangerous in terms of like what's there in the region. So with that, where able, they're able to like find easier pockets to mine. They will, and so you think maybe the point that the other guy pointed out to you, maybe an old mine. I mean, it will hint towards why perhaps that some of them have mining gear, but
Okay, so they're actually dressed in mining
some of
gear.
them
Some of them
had
had
mines.
picks and stuff
Oh,
like
okay.
that,
It was,
didn't
it was,
they?
it was
Yeah.
mentioned, but the ones that attacked us didn't. But that doesn't mean that others won't.
One or two of them
Yeah.
did.
Some
yeah.
of them did, yeah.
Mm.
Some of them had pickaxes and stuff.
Sorry.
'Cause my
Okay,
thought
so-
is if they've
yeah.
if they've discovered, maybe
Unearthed something.
gold or
Mm.
something else valuable.
Could have unearthed an artifact. Something
I
of,
don't
something
know
of,
what-
something
people
of
then.
power.
We would
Huh?
have passed through the area. We're only going after them because they attacked us. I don't think they're hiding something. I think it's
Well-
more likely maybe they are using the dead bodies as an experiment. Or
If
My
something.
they just-
question. Because if they wanted to keep something hidden, they could keep something hidden without getting such notoriety.
Yeah, they've just drawn loads of attention to themselves to the point where they've got massive bounties.
Depends.
Well, if
It
they've got
depends
if they've got
what
an
they're hiding.
if they've got an artifact or a god that requires sacrifice or blood,
I think it might be something
Maybe.
like that. They're
then
feeding-
that's why. I mean, why else would they kill every single person on this road? Like, if
It's
surely
how-
if it was just greed and theft, you'd only attack certain people that actually had stuff. Like, what the fuck do
people.
we have? We got nothing. We're just a
You
bunch
would
of
let.
we're a bunch of, as far as they're concerned, we're a bunch of travelers. if you were
Some must have something.
we're just a bunch of travelers. Like, if you were doing it for theft, you would attack merchants. Why would you
No,
attack?
we could look like enough like merchants. If you had a small goods, you certainly look like
I don't know.
regular
Well,
enough.
if you're that good, you should know the difference between what is definitely a merchant and what is
I kind of
definitely
agree.
not.
We're definitely not merchants. We don't have like loads of
No, it's true.
bags
We
and
don't.
stuff.
So
reckon
therefore, what they
evil
probably need is not the things, but the people.
People.
You might be
Even
right.
more reason to go stop them before this gets out of hand.
You
Yes.
might be right.
There's someone powerful behind the bandits, like this magical user.
This magic
one
guy.
of
I mean,
Mastermind.
if they're resurrecting, and they seem to have to take them back to their base to resurrect them, that means something
Yeah.
there has to do it. It's not a mage that they can bring out, unless there's only one and they're very precious. They're going to have to something.
We just dealt with one necromancer.
Sorry.
We just dealt with one
Yes,
necromancer.
but the necromancer didn't resurrect
Fair enough.
anyone as a person.
No, they were all.
They were all
Undead.
undead.
And if they had undead, they would send undead to do their fighting.
Mm.
Wouldn't
These are definitely not undead.
Oh,
They bled. They cried. They screamed when you cut the limbs off. They are not undead.
What did you say, Hass?
I was saying I reckon a monster in the cave. They're like feeding it or something.
You reckon there's
Trying to bring
something
it
that
back.
wants a blood
Mm.
sacrifice?
Something needs bodies or blood or something.
Into it too much, but like you said, they are really well equipped for normal bandits.
Actually, it's more bodies likely to be bodies than blood, because if it was blood, if they were immortal, they could just bleed themselves dead and re-resurrect. So it's likely a body or a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Who
But,
knows?
I
Maybe
mean,
they require sacrifices to be re-raised again.
even more reason to go and check it out
Hmm.
and kill. Or
But it
stop
makes
with
but it
something
makes them more
weird
but it makes
going
but it makes them more dangerous if they've got that kind of power
Yeah.
behind them. We definitely cannot go to their base of operations.
that is true, but if they do have that kind of power behind them, and we are the only ones that can't know about it, then somebody has to do something.
Maybe a
Yeah.
force bigger than ours. We
I
are
was
only
going to
five
say,
people.
with the knowledge we've got, we could come back with reinforcements. Now we know what we're looking for.
Hmm.
I mean, granted, the bounty was only after body parts, but information is more useful.
There is a thing in the poster for information about the hideout. There was like a clause about
Mhm.
it.
So, and that's
50
what
gold.
and we've gotten a lot for that. I say,
Paid once verified.
I say, let's take our gold
No.
and let someone else deal with the problem of getting
No.
killed.
No, we can get so much more gold here.
I think we'd lose a lot more than the gold that we'd gain.
Matt, how long
Hello.
would it take us, our sort of fast cart speed, I guess, to get out of here? Like, out of the bandits' range? A good couple of days, right?
We don't know how big their range is.
Well, you're
Oh, it was 9
2
days for the race.
days. You're 2 to 3 days into a ride to
A
Moradin City.
9-day journey, isn't it?
That's
Mhm.
the other
You
thing.
got another 6 to go.
Oh, wait.
If they've got
Moradin's
teleportation
this one, right?
circles, Sonny's right. We have no
Hmm.
idea what their range is.
Hmm.
Their
Moradin's
range
this-
could be
You can- you
all
can-
the way
you
up
can-
to
yeah,
the
you
front
can-
door. of
Well,
Moradin
a
City.
teleportation circle expands the entire plane of existence. They may not even just be in this forest.
Yeah.
You know?
I wouldn't be confident in anyone else really taking these guys
Oh,
on.
Matt's face right now is just a picture.
You know? I
Maybe we're overthinking it.
I
but-
I am actually getting to the point where I think we should fucking leave these guys. Just leave it for someone else to deal with. I think this is clear is biting off a lot more than we can chew. Maybe we're overthinking it,
I
but
think we should deal with it. I think we should. Nadia is right. I think we should get reinforcements. And I think Moradin City is the best place to do so.
Just like, how far away are we from Moradin?
9 days.
7 days.
9 days.
Yeah, 'cause-
No, only
6
7.
was it 7?
7 days.
Oh, 6, 7.
Yeah, but that's their back.
We're
We
7
can't
days.
Just like
spend like
two-
2 weeks chasing them around. They can move hideouts by then.
No, I don't think they'd move hideouts. Well, it depends. Like, if it is a
Well, they could have
if it's a god or a beast of some description, it's not going to move.
Yeah,
True,
I
but-
agreed. If we're correct, then there's no way they're moving.
That's too big a detour. If we go,
They've
then we
made too
can't
much
come
of an
back.
effort to keep the current.
Because the
one.
thing is,
We
if they
stay
move
back.
if they would move bases that easily, they wouldn't need
Well,
teleportation
no, it's
circles.
not 7 days back because we can come in, come back the other. Like we've got to go past their base
Yeah, the base is about
and
halfway.
then on. Yeah.
So the base is probably about what 4 days from more, like 4 days between.
Oh, there's still a big
Yeah, you
detour.
got-
I mean, it
you
might
got
take
another
us
Oh yeah,
2
it's still a
days.
big detour, but if you want to deal with the bandits,
You got 2 days to the base, and then after that, it would be
3 or
4 more days to Moradin City.
Would we
4 or 5.
would we still scout out the base?
Yeah, I want to
the
scout
way.
out just to see if we're even sure.
We might as well just attack them because we're going to be there already.
I think even
Yeah, but there's
scouting.
a big difference between a scouting mission and a straight up attack.
Yeah, I mean
Mhm.
we have to be very careful with
If
scout.
we risk ourselves scouting, then we may as well fight them.
Well, there's a really massive difference between the amount
Risk
of risk
level.
involved in sneaking around, hiding, and running away if we have a significant encounter and a frontal assault.
Yeah,
Because if it's going to be really risky going all the way up.
There's
to
a
their hideout.
reason that you send like a 6-person squad on a scouting mission and a fucking army to a frontal assault.
But you send scouts on a scouting mission. We're not scouts. We're not super stealthy as a group.
I still think I
I'm
think
a scout.
I think scouting's
I'm not stealthy at all. I've got heavy
No.
armor.
I think scouting is not a good
Yeah,
idea.
you're not an army.
I don't think scouting's a good
not
idea.
scouts,
I think
yeah,
I
that's
think
my
I think
point.
I think the risk we run, like they've got to have people like looking at the outside somehow. Like there's got to be, like if they've got enough magic for teleportation circle, they've damn well got enough for scrying or clairvoyance or something on the outside. They're gonna have CCTV everywhere. There's no way we're gonna be able to walk around outside their place without them knowing about it.
I have a
Doesn't
cunning plan,
benefit
right?
us. Oh,
I have a cunning plan. What if we take the car, we go down the road, we find another campsite, we set ourselves up, we trap the place to hell and back, and start. It would slow us down, but it would mean we weren't caught napping all at once. Like if we do 2 shifts, as it were, of half of us awake, half of us asleep.
So what? Instead of having an 8 hours rest, we'd have a 12 to cover the 4 hours
Or with some overlap, maybe.
because
Because
So
I think Matt said
a long
before-
a long rest is 6 hours of sleep, 2 hours awake, and it doesn't matter how that splits up.
but
That
if you
2
do,
hours can be watch.
yeah, but if we get attacked during the watch, you have to restart.
yeah. I mean,
But
yeah,
because that would mean that we weren't caught napping, as it were.
yeah.
because they will quite possibly come after us again.
Yeah.
We could also, whenever we stop, see if we can find another. Go looking
Yeah.
for the waymarkers and see if we can find another thing to destroy. The more we destroy, though, the
Yeah.
heavier the force will come after us.
Yeah.
You're saying you don't want to go to their hideout then? You want to just continue to Moradin City, but take precautions each time we sleep?
Yeah. I think so. I think we need to be a bit more stringent with our
That's the
sleeping.
wisest move, definitely.
But I think so.
Hmm.
I think there's too much risk. There's something backing these guys that I don't like. I don't think.
Also,
We don't have any proof. But, yeah.
also,
We don't have
if
any
we
proof,
do-
no,
if
but-
we do come out, if we do end up with a like, if we do end up in a situation like a really bad situation out here, we can leg it. If we're stuck in that cave, we can't really.
I think going to their base is just a bad idea because again, there's too many advantages on their side. Drawing them out is way better than us going to them. Even if they all came at us, even at the worst case scenario, literally that entire force came at us while we were at the camp, at least it's not on their terms. At least we're not in their base.
Yeah, as long as we can find a decently defensible
If
campsite.
they engage us, it is on their terms, right? Because they're dictating when they.
True, but
fight us.
there's a difference between
Yeah,
being
but
in
we
the
picked
forest.
the battleground.
Mm.
You know, it's difference between like being outside in the wilderness to being in their home base, like being in their HQ. Like there's a big difference of advantage there. Yes, there was. We were in their area. The advantage is still on their side for sure, no matter what we do. But it's limiting that advantage.
Only thing about sleeping, I don't think it matters for anyone else. I think it's just Krusk. Is I'd lose a
It's the armor.
big chunk of AC. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the.
Which I can't put on.
That's the only thing because you won't be able to sleep with the armor on.
Though I don't. I mean, I am a spellcaster now, so I don't need the armor. But
You're,
it
you're
doesn't.
not,
but
you're
it's-
not a
it's-
frontliner.
No.
I was planning on still staying more of a melee and using my spells more sparingly. But obviously, if I haven't got armor, then I probably wouldn't rush in.
If you are
You've
woken up in the
got
middle of the night, you can
3
always stay at the back.
You've got
Nah,
2
it's
tanks
10
and
minutes,
another melee.
forever.
Thing is,
Yeah.
yeah,
Runner,
you
so
going
you're right.
melee is really not as a sorcerer. Using spells sparingly is kind of counterintuitive to your class as well.
Isn't the whole point you've got loads of magic?
Also, you know, we got 2 tanks.
Hmm.
Yeah. Got 2 tanks, 1 DPS, like
Yeah.
frontline fighter.
Yeah, and
You're not needed as a frontline fighter. Like, sure, having the armor is nice, but you're not needed as a frontline fighter.
I mean,
This is
if
only,
Krusk,
like,
because
camp
even if
attacks as well.
Krusk, because I mean, Krusk will have armor for some of the time when he is on awake
Yeah,
during
yeah.
during those times. You may not necessarily be scouting, but you'll be awake. Because again, we don't want to make them think that we're waiting for them, so we should still stick to one person visibly on watch, while the other person's awake in their tent.
I think
can't wear
Krusk
armor
is tall
during
enough
long rest.
now that I'm not sure
Yeah.
what he wants to
Yeah,
do.
no,
but
you're
I'm gonna
dead.
go with the group.
The 2 hours of chill time, you won't be able to wait.
Yeah.
Mm.
Your
All right,
armor.
so you can't even wear your armor when you're okay.
No, because the whole point is
Have to be
relaxing.
resting.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's not a
Uh,
huge deal. It's just something.
I mean, how much AC are we talking about? What's the AC difference?
He's a 20 with and 14 without.
6 AC.
But
Fuck.
especially
Not
without.
awful.
Have you got shield?
I do.
No, is it not a shield,
Who's
but the
that?
spell shield?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
So that kind of bridges the gap somewhat, but not loads, but it bridges it somewhat.
It's just that if I had 20 with shield, that's like a huge.
I know,
I'd
but I
become, like,
think I'd
seriously
much
tanky
rather
then.
you take the 6 AC hit and us be in a much more secure position.
Yeah, the other thing is, Turi and Talari will be able to be awake for 4 of the hours on watch.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for Talari to be paired with the 2 tanks,
Mhm.
and Turi to be paired with, well, I guess you, Krusk, and 1 other tank,
Depending on how we split it.
depending
Yeah.
on how we split it. But we can pair up.
I mean, the
Yeah.
thing
In an
is, like,
appropriate manner.
even when we're trancing, we're still aware enough so that if noise happens, we can wake up. Like, it's not an issue in terms of. It's not if someone's like flat out asleep, it's much harder to get them up. You need to make a loud noise or whatever. But like with trancing, it's like you're aware enough of your situation that commotion you'll instantly know about.
It's more like meditating.
Yeah, exactly. So
There's no
Yeah.
groggy.
we'd come to pretty quickly. Like it's not like there's a check involved. You'd like
So
to think.
on tomorrow, then trap the camp at night.
Yeah.
That's what we're thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's.
Be
Yeah.
prepared.
I think
Caution.
we've. Yeah.
Cool,
let's
yeah.
do it.
And go out looking for circles and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we find any more
Well, I guess we
teleportation
can scout
circles,
along the route, right? Yeah, we can keep scouting along
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
Along the way. All right. Let's head out.
yeah. And obviously, once we get to Moradin, we offload all this info.
And hire
Yeah,
some
cool.
muscle.
Yeah. And potentially
Or
go
team
back.
up with, or
I
team
think
up
it's worth
with
going
them.
back. I think if we leave it, let's leave it. We can continue on.
Yeah. We can always come back. Yeah. So come back with our own army almost.
Yep.
All right.
For context, the green circle cities are cities involved with the bounty on the
We
poster.
can't go back.
No,
I know, I'm
let's-
just saying. That,
yeah, let's-
they're the cities involved. You can essentially guess that's the operating
Yeah,
Right.
scope.
Let's just
Yeah,
go
they got a
forward and
half-life.
send in the info we've got. Maybe they'll deal with it for us. Maybe they'll send out like a big army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. More information.
Yeah, more information. We'll scout as we go.
I mean, 7 days is a long time. Yeah, we could probably gain. We'll probably get attacked again.
We're gonna get attacked.
We're gonna get attacked.
But again, that's we know now that how they're picking them up. I think separating the body out might help next time, because obviously we buried the heads with the bodies and everything.
We should just burn the bodies next time. We shouldn't have
Burning
buried
them would be probably
Throw
the
them.
most ideal.
It
Burning
was-
them,
it was
them.
heavy rain.
burning a body takes a lot of fire.
Yeah, and it was heavy
A
rain.
lot
guys.
of
It was
fire.
heavy. It was heavy rain at the time.
might
Obviously,
have
if it's
moved
not
on.
heavy rain again, then we could. I mean, I've got
Still,
firebolts.
it takes a
cantrip.
lot of fire.
We
Could
could just
chop
burn
them
a
off.
high-level spell slot just to burn them, and then we can move on.
Could do.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
let's,
actually don't have
let's
fireballs,
go.
so
We
if anyone
can
else has got it,
scout
we
as we
can-
go.
Separate the body parts.
Even
mean, the
separating,
bonfire
even separate,
cantrip's perfect for that.
even separating body parts out would work enough. Even if it's the head
Yeah.
over here and the body over there, kind of thing, then it's.
Are we near the coast, Matt? Because it looks like it. Could we like detour
Road, I
chuck them in
think.
there?
Or just chuck them in the water, just to behead them and chuck them. Yeah, you could probably, yeah.
The road you travel on is essentially a coast road.
Oh, yeah, just chuck them off the side of the cliff then, right?
Yeah.
Let them,
Yeah.
leave them in the water.
Yeah, yeah. That could work. as
On
well.
the upside, if it's a coast road, it means we've only got one side of the road to search for.
Yeah, yeah.
There's so many bad things that can happen to dead bodies in the water that I know
Maybe like some fisherman's
Not for
problem or something.
of.
Well, again, as long as we
some-
decapitate them,
Who
they won't
knows?
become undead or drowned or anything. But
Yeah,
Well-
I think they're undead in the water. I guess they could wash up on like a beach and.
yeah. But again, the theory of undeads being raised in this world is that they're just left whole.
Mm.
You know, the fact that we decapitate them or set them on fire is enough to not make them undead. And then as long
They
as they
don't
don't collect
scream.
them, because clearly they need to collect them,
That's why I reckon chuck them off.
then chucking them off shouldn't, unless they went in and got them somehow. But
No,
If they
You
go in
know-
after them, they can. They
you
deserve
know,
them.
if we're a fan of ambushes, we let them attack us. If you know, we kill some more, we pile them up again, we leave, and then we come back and wait. And
Yeah.
then
So
when
bait-
somebody
bait-
comes to collect
Second ambush.
bait them
their
with the bodies.
bodies,
Mm.
we
Could
jump
do.
out on them.
Ambush the collectors.
We could just do the
Can
same
do.
thing. We
Like
could
a-
just do the same thing we did before. Wooden cairns. They just probably don't realise that we've
Exactly.
noticed.
We could just keep doing that.
And well,
if
no,
we really want the
but
body.
then whoever comes back, we could ambush them and
Mhm.
have another try at interrogation as long as there's no more fucking torture.
Because they're going to need a mage with them. One of the because in order to use the
Why
teleportation
would they need a
circuit,
mage?
they
Oh,
need
for the
to-
teleportation spell.
So
yeah.
that means they have to have a mage with them, and if they start losing their ability to use the circles, they're going to get pissed.
We've already taken one away. So
And the mage
Hmm.
will quite possibly
No,
know more about
You can have as
know
many.
more about what's going on than the grunts.
Well, no, I was thinking as well, like, you can have all the teleportation circles in the world you want. If you've got no one that can utilize them, they're pointless to you.
They're
So if you
pointless,
start killing
yeah.
their actual mages, they won't be able to use them anymore, and that will get them pissed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I like that idea. I like using the corpses as bait. I think that'd be really, really good. I'm a
Right,
fan
be
of
right
that.
back.
Fan of that idea. If we get attacked again, obviously.
All right, down the road we go, I guess.
Okay, so you spend the time to get back to your old campsite, get the horse and the wolf and everything, get back on the road, get back on the hour you were. Best part of 3 o'clock in the afternoon by the time you're back to your old campsite. Do you want to continue on for the next 7 hours? Or
Yes. There's no reason to stay here, is there? So we
let's keep
just carry on.
Well, yeah, but if we carry on until the time of day we would usually make camp
Mhm.
and then stop.
that's fine. So during the day,
Keeping us scouting around and keeping an eye out.
during the day, so the previous day was wet, and as you all know, lighting a fire with wet wood is very hard not to leave smoke. So with dry wood, you can make mitigations and make it like white smoke or even a smokeless fire if you're careful enough. But with wet wood and wet leaves and everything, practically impossible. As you are riding along during the day, you notice there are a few campsites during the day set up.
Plot thickens.
Who else would be here?
We've not seen anyone. The only other
Yeah.
people we've seen are the bandits
Again, you
Are
don't
the
see anybody else on the road.
on the
Are
road.
the
Yeah.
are the
During
camps
the day.
quite like pristine, or does it look like they've been ravaged? Or
Well,
No, we can
you've
see
seen
smoke.
you've seen
We've seen
smoke
smokestacks.
fire at the moment. It's up to you
Okay,
if you
okay.
wish to go and investigate.
Krusk would want to go investigate
Oh,
at least a couple,
Nadia would want to go and investigate as
Mm.
well. Yeah.
just to see what state they're in.
Cautiously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't have any uniform or discerning features, did they? Before
Jaw.
the jaw. That's it.
Red broken. They'd visibly previously broken
Yeah,
the
yeah.
jaws.
So they weren't like wearing insignia or anything. Okay.
No,
So that's
can
our
check
that's
out
our only
the
that's our
food.
only giveaway.
Yeah, it's a big one though.
It is,
Yeah.
unless they got their face covered, but then even that would be sus.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all right. Yeah, we'll just go to how many are there? So how many are there? How many smokestacks are there currently?
So, depends how far you want to go. Do you want to stop at the first one?
I think at the first one because like as soon as we saw one,
We'd all be like, what?
yeah.
Krusk would
Okay.
check out the first couple and then probably stop.
Well, as soon as
Okay.
we see one, like as soon as we see
Yeah.
a smokestack, we'll be like, hang on a minute,
Let's go look.
let's have a look. So it's whenever the first one is.
Hold the feckin' phone.
Okay, so I'm going to use the same map just because that's the campsite map.
Life.
but
Easy.
it's- Ignore.
It's a really pretty map.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lovely map. I love the map. But if you imagine you're on the cart and you pull up, you see a few tents set up. There is currently one person on watch that you can see to be a warforged, and there are a few
Really?
tents
Wow.
dotted around.
What's the context for Warforged in this world? Are they just their own race of people?
Yeah, they were
Call them in a
mainly
zoo.
the guards of the Zoo City. What you know, you think you interrogated some before, and you were like, "Do you have free will or whatever?" And essentially, when
Oh
they
my
get to a certain age, they're allowed to continue their work as a guard in the city or seek out their life elsewhere.
Very interesting. I didn't realize this would actually be populated. Can Krusk call out and be like, "Hail, guardsman. What's your name? We come in peace."
He's back, everybody.
Tell me your
He's
history.
back on his bullshit.
Tell me about your parents.
He's back on his bullshit.
Do I have a picture? Yeah, let's go with this picture.
Ooh, very cool.
Oh my god, can we collect an army from smokestacks? That would be amazing.
Wow, that's pretty sick.
So, from the warport, you say you sat at the fire. He just puts up a finger and shh.
Oh,
My friends are sleeping. Come.
we'll,
Do you?
yeah. Well, Krusk will go at least.
You're not gonna
My
know.
hoods.
You're not gonna know if a warforged has a broken jaw. That's for sure.
My
could do that, isn't it?
hoods
You
up,
can't break
and I'm
his jaw.
definitely keeping a distance.
Krusk likes this guy. He'll trust him.
Yeah,
Mhm. You said-
Talari will be very cautious of the area, making sure to watch the tents closely.
So you go up to the.
Yeah.
Okay. So some of you sit happily by the fire next to him. He says, "Please, take a seat. Rest your feet. Rest your horse for a bit. It's hard times on these roads.
Yes. Have you had any trouble?
No, we take precautions.
What kind of precautions, if you don't mind me asking? You were very welcoming to us when we came.
Well, you sleep during the day.
Wait.
That's not good. That's all the bandits do.
Yeah. That's the point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You sleep during the day because if the bandits only strike at night, then you've got your fucking eyes open when bandits try and job you.
Good idea.
As long as
So
these
have
guys
they-
aren't bandits.
Have they attacked you, or have they kept their distance from you? You seem
I
like
mean,
a
we're on-
mighty warrior.
Well, you know, yeah, we're on the road. Keep going, keep moving. They're too busy doing their all the other things they want to do. And we're up on our way. They don't get to catch us.
Who's with you? Sorry, is it just yourself and your friend?
Oh, there's a few of us here.
How many?
2, 3. There's 4 of us at the moment. But
Can I perception
we're on-
check into the tents?
I'll ask quick questions about that in a second. There's four of us. There's 4 of us. There's 4 of us on the road at the moment, but we're on our way to pick up our 5th. And when you say peer into the tents, how intrusive are you trying to be? Because these are potentially people asleep.
So I'm just kind of walking by nonchalantly, just a quick look in as I go past. I'm not like going into the tent and looking at them.
Sticking your head straight through the flat.
I'm just looking at the open, some minor open gap.
Because context is key to that.
You know, just
Okay.
a nonchalant, quick glance.
Okay,
Check
roll,
it
roll,
out.
roll performance because trying to be smooth.
Oh shit.
How suave. can
Turi.
you be?
Oh god,
Performance.
suave.
What is your performance?
not great.
Oh my god, I'm proficient in performance.
How are you proficient in
Oh.
performance?
Damn.
Wow.
Hey, it makes sense when it makes sense.
I guess you did
In-
say you
in
did
this-
say you depended to be a hooker for a while. So
In this scenario, it makes sense. That's a 23.
Okay.
Nice.
You know, she was an assassin. She had to pretend to be normal.
mm.
Okay. It looks like you just kind of be like, you're almost trying to help the guy out a little bit. You're not trying to be a bit too obvious. You're trying to peer in.
Hmm.
In this tent, you kind of notice that maybe it's a Goliath woman, perhaps
What woman? Alive?
a Goliath.
Liar.
Oh, Goliath, sorry.
Alive
Okay.
woman.
A Goliath woman. Perhaps.
Do I see a weapon like next to her or anything?
No, you don't see a weapon, but you do see like almost like a tree branch, maybe. You might need to like look in more if you really wanted to like delve deeper, but
Tree
that
lifter's
risks
wife.
some things.
Tree lifter lives.
We'll have to break the sad news of what happened to Tree Lift.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good ending.
Okay, so she'll carry on walking by, and Turi's kind of trusts. She's not sitting down, but she's kind of circling the camp. Very.
Yeah. So who
very
sat down at the fire at the moment? I imagine Krusk is.
I'd probably
Come
am
over
as
to
well.
the fire.
Yeah. So. Running.
He's here as well. I'll move him.
And yeah.
Talari will stay
That's the
with
one.
the horse, but
The horse. Stay with the horse in the cart.
I'll stay with the horse in the cart. But like I said, she'll be looking. So she wants to be able to have a view of the whole campsite. So if anyone, comes out of the tent with a weapon or something, she'll see that kind of thing. That's what she's doing, and probably going to
God damn
prepare to use, like, I don't know, message on, let's say, Nadia. If she sees anything like that, to say something to Nadia that, something's happening.
It's fair. Okay. So you see the Goliath woman in there. a bit more round. Bolt goes. I'm sorry, forgive my manners. They go. They know me as Bolt. And may I ask your names?
I am Krusk, former Paladin of Tyr. And these are my friends Thoradin
Nadia.
and Nadia. The shy one is Talari.
Tori. You can call me Tori.
Shh.
So where are you headed? Are you also headed to Moradin City? That's where we're going.
No, we're heading in the other direction.
Ah,
We're off to Torn Village next, and maybe somewhere else. We'll know more then.
you know, we had some trouble with some bandits back that way. We
You don't say.
Everyone has trouble with bandits on this road across.
Mm.
Although, if people have taken to travelling at night, that would explain why we don't see anyone else on the roads.
Well, we should
Certainly imagine
No.
so.
You kind of wish we got that memo.
It
Where
would
have you
be
tra-
nice.
Yeah.
Where have you
we should
travelled
try.
from?
Shit, OC, what was the name of it?
Torn
Torn.
Village.
Yeah, yeah.
Torn.
It was Tom.
Oh,
Village.
we came from the place they were going to, so
Yeah.
Torn
Okay.
Village.
What's the news there? Anything
Did
worth
hear
knowing?
One interesting
Tom's
thing.
vanished.
Oh,
Cheap.
there's something more interesting than that. There's this new group of people. They're
Oh,
called
wow.
the Justice Collective. Have you heard of them? We
They fuck all about that. That is not so interesting as the fact that Tom has vanished.
really interesting, and a lot of people there were unhappy with them. Have you?
Oh my word.
We shouldn't be saying this with me there.
I just want to gauge,
Krusk,
like, you know, what's our
that's Krusk.
reputation in the world?
Krusk has just got to bring this up at every. He gives
Constantly.
the group a stupid name, and then he's got to bring it up at every fucking opportunity.
Need to know how we're perceived, okay, in the world.
Jeez.
What goes scratch almost an imaginary beard? It's almost like you see like rust almost he's scratching on his chin.
Disgusting.
And he goes, maybe Justice Collective? Don't know. It's not not twirling any gears in here at the moment, I'm afraid.
I think
Torn
they're a new
going.
group.
That's interesting.
So Tom's gone missing.
Any
Just
signs coming back or
goodness
There's
knows.
some other god in his place, which I've completely forgotten the name of.
Shit, Matt, what god was it? Ilmater?
Ilmater is the other one.
Priests of Ilmater are currently
Yeah, some priests of Ilmater
facilitating.
have turned up and are being really weird.
Weird for Ilmater or weird in general?
I don't know. I haven't met many priests of
Chopping
Ilmater.
off limbs.
Weird.
Weird.
Yeah,
in
generally
general.
weird.
No, that sounds pretty normal for Ilmater. to be fair.
Yeah, weird in general. Just-
Not gonna get any of my limbs. He'll, like,
You seem
bang it down.
quite well travelled. What's your sort of profession? Do you...
No, you know, I go here, I do that,
See, it's
I
an
get paid.
interesting- It's an interesting job.
Would you like to get paid with us?
Get paid a lot for these bandits, you know.
Well, maybe I'm getting paid more. Who knows?
Thoradin fancies himself as a bounty hunter.
Yeah, he's a mercenary. Deep down. He loves it.
That was an IC
Oh.
remark. Thoradin fancies himself as a bounty hunter.
I'd love it if that was Thoradin,
Best-
like
best
whipped
in the
under his
business.
breath.
Do you
Oh,
have
yeah.
do you have a prior engagement in Torn Village? Because we could be looking for some extra help if you're interested.
Well, that's where we're going. That's where we've been told to go. So,
You've been told. Are you on a job then? This is a business trip.
well, we're on our way to pick up our fifth. So our previous fifth is gone. So
What?
I'll pick up a new one. You know,
Gone, or just walked off?
Why do you specifically need 5 people?
why not? There's 1, 2, 3,
I like this
4,
guy.
5
Oh,
of you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm just curious.
That's a good number.
You say you
Well-
need a new 5th to replace your old 5th.
To be,
Suggests you think there's
It's
something
like a
special
band.
about
to,
5.
to be fair, we had 6. We didn't replace our 6th. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's very
You
true.
can
True.
never
Oh,
replace
true.
that sixth. You can
Oh,
never
God.
Went to
replace that
Guile,
sixth.
I see.
Very
He
much.
didn't
Wouldn't
die,
want
did he?
to.
Just went off somewhere.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
something more
wouldn't
interesting
want
to do. I think that was his
Lyra
Guile's
Heights
reason.
related.
He's alright.
I'm sure he's fine.
Wouldn't want to.
You know, five's better than 4. Any more than 5, we get to be clustered. You know.
Would you
Sure.
be happy to team up until you get your 5th?
Well, they're heading in
Well,
the
are you-
opposite direction.
Are you
to us.
heading to Tom's
Just-
village or?
No, as
They're
in
going in the
what I'm asking you is, are you willing to maybe take a detour to a team up? Then you can go get your 5th with a grand new tale to tell them how you destroyed some bandits at their hideout.
And a lot more gold. As well.
Well, we can show him the poster if he hasn't seen it. Of the bandits.
I mean, a bit below my pay grade, really.
Whoa.
Wow.
Now
what job
that's a man.
what job has
So-
this guy got?
Can I assess him as like a fighter? Like, I don't know if I can roll some kind of insight just to kind of gauge his strength, sort of thing.
Yes.
He's called Bulk.
So I guess even just like a general, this dude seems like he would crush me, or like no, I reckon I could maybe take him.
I mean,
sort
Cherry right now is like stone cold, but Arthur is swooning at this guy.
of.
I mean, he seems pretty hardcore, like just from his his token
Let me
anyway.
all talk though. Is it insight?
It must be really hard to do insight
Yeah.
on a robot. There's nothing.
Yeah. How do you...
14.
We'll
Let
go.
me
We'll
see, like,
go with insight.
Okay, I got
They don't have
14.
muscle.
From what you can see, this Warforged has been around for a long, long time. He has rust patches and dents and scrapes, new bits of metal coved over him. Some bits older than maybe even Turygurtha, and maybe older than all of you combined.
So very experienced, probably got a lot of XP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Certainly get a feeling he's not a normal bounty hunter if you think him as a bounty hunter.
I'm curious, friend, if you don't mind sharing. What's more your speed? What kind of bounties do you go after?
The ones that kill most men.
That's pretty cool, but yeah. Would you
Why
like?
do you
do you
think I'm
like
looking for a 5th?
Do you like animals?
They serve a purpose.
Likes cats.
If you're staying here for a bit, then wait. How close are we to making camp? How far have we travelled? Should we step with these guys or?
I don't
But
know,
you got
Matt, how
about-
far?
You've travelled about an hour, 2 hours on the
okay,
way.
no. We should probably keep moving then.
It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, evening.
I remember
From
these
when you
guys. These guys wake up at night, so by the time we're going for the camp, they'd be going. So
Well, I mean, he's a cool guy, but I don't see much point in us hanging around. We might as well keep moving.
Yeah, because there's no way to know if he's got a broken jaw, because they would. I'm trying to think like if it's a different piece of metal or something.
He would have
I
probably just attacked
really
us.
do
So,
not think this guy's in league with the.
yeah.
I don't know,
reckon
man. This
he's like
guy's. I
He's a
don't know.
nice guy, man.
Way
I
above
reckon
his
he's just some
grade.
hardcore bounty hunter who doesn't give a shit really about the bandits. They're probably really feeble compared to him.
Yeah. Seems like he's too good for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I go where the money is.
Matt, they
Hello.
look quite old and experienced and that,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Nadia is going to take the chance to ask them if they've any idea why the bandits have set up here. Do you know anything about this stretch of land that might be of interest to people?
He'll ponder a bit. You can almost imagine the whirs and the clicks of
You can
his
literally hear the
brain.
The
cogs
eardrum
turning.
cogs are
Almost.
turning.
practically cogs are turning almost. He sits there frozen for a minute, almost like he's buffering. Like
A little thing comes
Yeah.
out in the spring
And
and
a
turns
little one with light bulb there. And he goes, the story of a diamond mine, maybe, around these parts.
Mm,
Makes a lot of
good
sense.
for resurrection.
That might
Very
do
good.
it.
Very good for resurrection.
Just valuable, aren't they?
Because you use it for. That's funny.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Hmm.
Terry, can you roll
Because-
stealth for me, please, if
And-
you're going to try and do that?
And those resurrections.
Wait. Does that make sense? So they're sitting on a diamond mine.
Yep.
Instead of taking the diamonds and selling them, they're using to
Resurrecting.
resurrect low-level bandits and attack people.
Oh, that's
Not
awful.
taking the diamonds and selling.
That's
it.
a 13.
Depends.
man.
It really depends how much diamond there is.
They waste it on like these low-level thugs. Like some of the, I like one-shot 3 of them in a row.
Hmm.
Why would they waste diamonds on
But
them?
not
I'm even
everyone's
more-
as strong as we are.
True.
You know.
I'm even
And
more
as you
confused
start
now.
heading
That
over
raises a
to
lot
this
more
tent, Turygurtha, Bulk will just go, hey, not even look at you, just snap his fingers and go, I wouldn't go near her tent. She got knives sharper than her tongue. She'll kill you for just as much.
I like the sound of her already.
You don't want to see her groggy.
Kindred spirit. Terry.
Duly noted. She begins like walking back towards being in the front.
Sorry, carry on.
Because these people have set up quite an impressive operation through here.
I'm not surprised. They're
Yep,
sitting on a
makes
diamond
sense.
mine.
I was about to say, there has to be something more than the pickings from travellers. They're trying to keep people away.
But like,
What are they?
I don't know, man. Like, again, it's weird because if
What are
they're
they doing with the diamonds?
if they're sitting on the diamond mine, whether they're selling them or resurrecting, it doesn't really matter. People won't find it unless if you weren't attacking them. If you're not attacking them, they would just pass through. You would never know.
Hmm.
So okay. We've certainly explained the resurrecting. We've got that through line. We still don't understand why they're just abducting people. Like, there's no reason for them to do that.
Maybe we should talk to the next NPC at the next move stack.
Because the thing is, yeah, well, this is it. Yeah, because this is the thing. Is like, they don't need to rob anyone for money. If they want a diamond mine, they could just sell that and get whatever supplies they need. They don't need to steal from people, which is why I don't think they're stealing. I think they're kidnapping. Makes more sense.
I think we should move on. See if the next guy.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely more than banditry going on.
I'm voting experimentation.
I reckon experiments of some kind. Yeah.
Possibly. The jaw breaking could actually be part of the ritual.
Like
To
the
convert
Frankenstein
people.
thing they're trying to build, right? They just need body
Well,
parts.
they could be converting people. Maybe they part of that requires them to break the jaw, and that's what converts them over to their cult. Possibly.
If Umbra's
Let's
made
move
it
on.
into this
Let's move
campaign,
on.
I swear.
Maybe there'll be like more info.
Oh, could you imagine? It's just Umbra. It's Umbra's cult.
Please God no.
Maybe Umbra's dream. Yeah, just sit on a diamond mine so he can just resurrect people constantly
That's it.
and just do surgery
Yeah.
on them.
It's Umbra and Talion. They're in leagues with each other.
I'll tell you, man.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get much. I mean, without going up to some of these guys' faces and looking at them, I don't really think we're gonna get much more out of it. This guy's stone faced. He's not gonna give us anything.
I really wish I had like Zone of Truth or like some kind of mind reading spell, but I don't have any.
No.
You had.
I did.
Once upon a time.
And I've
You
lost
did.
it.
Can
Although it
sorcerers
has to be
not learn
said,
it?
it has to be said, I really don't think they would take kindly to you randomly casting spells on them. So
Guys, I
maybe
was
it's a
thinking- I
good
was
job
think-
you don't have it.
Not these guys. I was thinking back to the bandits because I didn't. Really trust
The
what they were
bandits,
saying.
yes.
Bandits would have been useful.
Sorcerers can't learn it. Damn it.
Hmm.
Fury's gonna go up to Bolt, put a
Clerics
hand
can.
out, and say,
Ah.
"Well, it was a nice meeting you, Metal Man.
He stands up and clasps hands with you as well. My name's Bulk. Call me Bulk. Pleasure to meet you.
We'll see you in future.
Krusk will
Shit.
also stand up and clasp, the clasp arms, and say, "Not that you need it, but best of luck to you, Bulk. I hope we meet again."
Yeah. Because we're not going after the same thing, eh? Go on, you get into my way.
Oh, God.
Krusk will just kind of just walk away slowly.
Battle.
Yeah.
He did you there. He did you there.
I want to hang out with this dude for like the rest of the campaign so badly.
Keep bumping into him on the road.
It'd be funny. Oh man. Yeah. I think we just go to carry on. If we come towards another smokestack, I guess we'd visit that one, I suppose.
Yeah, next smokestack, I think.
Yeah, why the fuck not?
Talk to
Make
another
polite
NPC, see if
goodbyes.
we can get more info.
Yeah, you never know.
Exactly.
I mean, we've just found out about.
Talk to the villagers, man.
But traveling at night might be the best idea.
Hmm.
I literally have sunlight sensitivity. The chance of me being able to sleep during the day is like.
Maybe we should do that. We could.
Yeah, but you just go into a tent. You're fine.
You have your shadow shawl as well.
Well, that's exactly.
Mm.
And that's
Oh,
not
yeah,
that's
that's
not
true.
that's not armor, so you can sleep in that.
I can imagine it being uncomfortable though. Also, sleeping
You can
during
sleep
the
with sun
day.
visors
I
on,
don't know. You
so-
can sleep in a onesie. No, it's no more.
Sleeping during the day, like as a continual thing for any species that's supposed to be awake during the day and sleeping at night is difficult.
And
Like it
yeah.
takes it out of you.
Well,
after
we're
a
trying to.
while.
We wouldn't. I don't think we'd do it anyway because we're trying to bait them out on purpose. So we
yeah.
would.
When I was in
Avoiding them,
Svalbard, I had a hell of a load of trouble when the sun was up all the time.
It's really
Depends. I'm a
circadian
really
rhythm.
heavy sleeper. Like, as long as if I just draw the curtains, I'd be fine. I would just pass out.
Yeah, all right, Hass. Talking about like fantasy characters here. This is real life right now.
He's a real heavy sleeper as well, I like to think.
So anyway, Bulk waves you off and you go back on your merry way. So, you say you want to stop at the next smokestack.
How far apart are like the two smokestacks?
Well, I'm confirming you wish to stop at the next smokestack you see.
Well, I think we're trying to work out whether we do based on how far apart they are and so on and so forth.
It takes you about an hour and a half or so. So
Decently.
if you imagine it took you about half an hour to get up to the campsite and talk to Bulk and get back onto the road, you're best part of 7 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, it's 7 o'clock in the evening now. It's still the solstice, so it's still light, but sun's starting to set.
Yeah, Krusk would be up for it then.
I think it's worth
we,
it.
need, we need to start looking for a campsite anyway.
Well, that's
We
the
did
thing.
last
If
stop and
they've
then
got
we
a
could-
pretty good
camp.
spot, we can just nick theirs.
Basically, yeah. It's already set up for us. Saves us a lot of time.
He's not there anymore. He's gone somewhere else.
Sadness.
Sadness. Oh, and it is also practically night time.
Right,
So,
who's on guard or watch?
so apologies.
We'll probably start
You
waking up
see-
actually.
I might as well keep using tokens I already had prepared.
Quite the floor.
Um,
It's so nice.
Look,
Wing it tokens.
again, you slightly come up to the. You start to come up, and these three huddled by the fire. You see a dwarf in what looks like heavy plate armor, a mage of some sort, maybe elf, maybe half elf. You're not quite sure. and
Whole load of other
halfling.
adventuring parties.
Halfling.
Halfling. A dwarf, an elf of some sort, and a halfling is what you see as you come up. The dwarf stands up, brandishing his axe. And goes, "Who goes there?"
Thoradin's just going to stare him down.
We'll
with
try
his
and be a bit
warhammer.
more diplomatic. He will say, We come in peace.
Friends, friends.
We saw your smoke trail. We just wanted to meet some friends on the road."
Who says we're looking for friends?
People who don't want to be attacked by bandits because they are a small group of people.
Who's to say you're not looking for bandits, eh?
Do
Would a
we
Yeah,
look
bandit
like
broken
come up to you
bandits?
saying they want to be friends?
It's ain't my first rodeo, eh?
Bandits
I've had-
don't have these hammers.
I don't fucking care what you have.
It's better than whatever you're packing, jeez.
Thoradin, diplomatic genius.
We wanted to come and talk to you because we've encountered some bandits on the road, and we wanted to perhaps warn you, or maybe see what's coming up ahead, and we can warn you what's going on the other way.
And where are you headed?
To
Moradin.
Moradin. No, I just suddenly got a bit suspicious, but yeah, to Moradin City. And you?
Not there.
Very helpful. Torn Village, I assume then.
Maybe not there either. Who knows?
Does he have a broken
You
jaw?
know.
Does he have a broken jaw?
In the twilight, not that you can tell.
Oh, is that?
The
Probably-
halfling and the wizard. They kind of just are they sitting or are they standing with their weapons out as well? Or
He's the only one standing. The other two are just trying to keep to themselves a little bit.
Do either of them have
No.
broken jaws?
Again, not that you can tell from the distance between you two. Between you
he's
three.
gonna call out and just say, what about your friends? They're staying pretty quiet.
Because I'm the one talking.
If
And
this
I.
person doesn't want our company, we should just move on.
Yeah.
I
Some-
think it's just a bit weird that they're just
Sometimes,
sitting there.
sometimes bad manners just can't be helped.
Well, just giving you a warning. You know, watch out. This bandits might take you by surprise.
Oh, don't you worry. We're ready. And he heads his axe.
That's good,
Hold
but they
your
sent a
breath,
lot of them.
Dan!
They sent a lot of them after us. They had some glowing weapons, but luckily my friend here shot a lot of lightning at them, and that was pretty good. And my other friend here has this magic bright axe, which is super helpful. And oh yes, that's also the case. I can be pretty terrifying as well. We managed to get a few of them to run away.
Look, I don't want to hear your life story.
Look, I'm just saying, we'd be very helpful.
You're not going where we're going. And we're not going when you're going. So you want to turn around and leave us too? Or are you going to try and make a problem? Hey? Savvy? Savo?
If he
Ayo?
doesn't want us
Hey.
around, we should leave. Nadia's just gonna turn the fucking cart around.
Well,
we
it was
might as
nice
well.
meeting you. Turns around.
Was it though?
Not really, no.
See,
Very,
luck.
very unpleasant.
Oh come on! Like
Good
he's
luck
got any
running in
worse
that armor.
like he's got any worse manners than Thoradin does.
Oh, that dude
put
was
it on their
terrible.
heads and just say it's okay, Thoradin. We'll find you a friend next time.
I could take him. He's easy.
Of course.
If you could take him, Thoradin.
Yeah,
Certainly
yeah.
nobody but you.
He was no match for me.
From a
For-
distance,
for
you can see he was
Sure,
wearing plate
Thoradin.
armor.
Yeah, sure, Thoradin. You're the biggest, baddest warrior this side of the mountains. Does that
Oh,
make you
hell yeah.
feel better?
Oh hell yeah. Keep saying it.
Does Ickle Thoradin need me to make him feel better because the big nasty dwarf challenged him?
Okay, you've ruined it now. You've ruined it.
Come on.
And it wasn't serious in the
Well,
first place, you dumbass.
Okay, Thoradin, I think you could have taken him.
I could have taken all three of them.
One swing of your axe.
Absolutely.
Smash their skulls in.
Wow.
Absolutely. You could take all of the bandits on by yourself.
Hell yeah.
Hold your breath, Dan.
I can't.
It's not hiccups, man. It's hard. It's hard to get rid of.
You need to work on how much you're taking
Yeah.
down that ale.
I
Okay?
don't
You need to really like pace
Have you been
yourself.
drinking
Too
already?
much.
Already? We haven't
Can't
even
help
stopped
it.
for camp
Probably has.
yet.
Can't help it, yeah.
We've got an ale rash and Thoradin's been going through it.
Oh my god. Dear me. Oh. Yeah, I think we're just gonna we're gonna leave this one.
Yeah, we can leave.
Go
these
looking
dudes,
for our own campsite because this dude is, I don't know, really suspicious.
We could just set up like 10 feet from them just to make a statement.
Taking fights with the neighbours is not a good idea.
I think we'd do it. Oh, she was there now.
Oh my god.
I think it's fair to say that we're all moving very far away and finding our own defensible.
Alright.
Yeah, I think we gotta. Yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta...
nice, defensible, and going on a nice little scouting mission looking for like lines in the trees.
So you spend another half hour or so on the road. It's probably the right time to
Probably.
just before the sun's set, you're able to find a properly defensible spot, you imagine. It's only got really one area that people could try and ambush you from, do you think?
Nice.
Cool. Maybe two if they're really desperate. But if they attack you from one side, then you've got the other way to escape from.
Yeah.
So can I please everyone roll survival for me, please? For your campsite.
Nice. 22.
19.
14.
22.
3 again. This is the third 17 I've rolled on this dice today.
Nice.
It's decided it wants to roll 17s today.
Better than a
Is that
7.
23 total, was that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Double
yes.
checking.
It's decided it wants to roll 17s today, and I've got a +6.
Okay, sweet. Okay, so yeah, you feel you've got quite a good spot. You've been able to find a bit more dry wood this evening, so you're able to get away with a bit of more of a smokeless fire than normal, than what you would have expected given the rains that have occurred. You're able to get a deer while you're being out on your scouting, so the wolf and you guys won't go hungry again for another few days,
Nice.
or won't have to worry about it for another few days. And can I please have whoever's going out for searching for markers, roll for me, please.
Probably,
Section.
Roll, yes, perception for me, please.
probably, yeah, Turi and Nadia again. So do you want advantage or?
Oh,
you
and
got
I'm
roll?
taking my wolf.
We could roll it separately because Nadia gets the wolf
Cool.
advantage.
I will do a singular roll. Perception, yeah.
She has
Roll
night
for her
vision,
as
and
well.
Nadia doesn't anyway. So
Yeah, I don't. Shall I roll for the wolf as well, or shall I?
no, you just roll with
for-
advantage. It's probably easier.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a
Um,
2, so I've got a total of 8.
Wow.
Thankfully, I rolled an 18. It's decided it's gonna like branch out from the 17 a little bit,
That's fine.
and therefore I got a 24,
24. Okay.
which is good because the first one I rolled it was a 5.
So from you try a similar approach. You go out from your campsite and you start making spirals again, trying to find oddly clipped trees or oddly lined up places, or even trying to hope for stumble upon a magical circle directly. How far out would you be willing to go time-wise? So half an hour, or
How
would it be
far
less than
from
that?
the road was the first one we found?
2 hours, maybe? Because you were on foot. You went. It was about 10-15 minutes from the road to the camp, and then it's another about 45 minutes by foot up to the other magical circle.
Probably looking for trail sign, like a good way away. Then, if that seems to be how far back they're putting them.
Mm-hmm. So
I mean,
far,
I figure if we're also looking for deers at the same time.
mm-hmm. Yep, you can get. Yeah, this would be where you can catch your deer from.
Yeah, when we're hunting.
So no, you see plenty of other tracks, plenty of other nature has been here. One thing you do recall maybe is that there probably wasn't as much nature around. So like not so much like there wasn't really deer around at the other campsite. There wasn't as many birds roosting. Like maybe the activity of the men and women have disrupted the nature around, so it's less likely to want to be there. And so you can imagine 50 people, if they were out hunting as well from the teleportation circles, they'd be hunting the area as well. So 50 people is a bugger to feed. So here it's fairly plentiful. You don't really find anything. But you do get quite confident that because there isn't anything in what you're searching that you're going to be pretty safe tonight.
Mm. Yeah, fair enough. Go round, come back. Found
Yep,
no
you spend the
traces.
time.
So in terms of rotations, then, I think. Well, I mean, Talari and Turi are probably going to do the similar thing. So Talari's going to go first, or was it Turi that's first? I can't even remember.
Darkest part of the night, so Turi gets first.
Turi's first, then Talari, and then basically the remainder 3 need to basically pick what 2-hour slots they're gonna go for. So what you could, so what is it, 8 hours in total? So you could do 2 hours, then an hour gap, 2 hours, an hour gap, and 2 hours. I guess you could do it that way, because you're gonna have 2 hours unaccounted for. At least if it's only in a gap of an hour, then it's not as bad.
I could quickly run around to wake people up, but I don't know if that would be any quicker than you messaging people, or if message would be.
I mean,
loud enough
I could
to
minor
wake
illusion a noise.
Yeah,
You
Um,
could just scream.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. I mean,
Like, I
She's-
think you're overthinking that. If we need to
Well,
wake people up, just start fucking shouting.
Tori doesn't scream. It's not a thing she does.
I don't think
Shout
Talari's...
Monotone.
then.
Yeah, I suppose.
Make a loud noise. I'm sure your voice box is capable of it.
I'll think of something.
You're definitely overthinking
but
the whole
either-
how do we
e-
wake
e-
people up.
Either way, waking up people's hardly the problem. It's more
Not the problem.
if we're thinking about having another person awake at the same time, you know, as part of our extra cautions, we need to figure out what order you guys are going to go in.
Krusk will go first. Why not? I've
Who-
got dark vision, by the way.
Yeah, so it's only Nadia that doesn't have the dark vision, so it probably makes sense for her to go last because it will be the brightest part of the night.
She
Sure.
has an axe. That
She
can
does have an
light
axe, but
up.
it gives away her as well. So that's the only.
Yes.
that's the
Oh
only-
yeah, good point.
Also, it ruins everyone else's night vision. You can then only see in the axis circle of light.
So, yeah. So if she goes at the end of that to the last 2 hours, that should satisfy that, and then it's really just a choice between when Krusk and Thoradin want to go.
Krusk will go first. Why not?
Yeah.
I think Krusk wanted to be. If Krusk is with Turi, then at least he doesn't have to worry about being frontliner.
Hmm.
But that's the. Oh yeah, because you're first. Yeah. So that would work. And then with Thoradin being the DPS, he has basically an hour of both sides. So yeah, that works out quite well actually. Yeah. So we'll do that.
Cool. So, as you come to the end of your 3rd day here in the Ascendant Lands, what will happen next? Will the long rest be successful? Will they not? Will they find more teleportation circles?
Dun, dun,
Will
dun.
they end up attacking the bandits' camp? Or will they just skate on by, hopefully escaping their wrath or attacks? Who knows? Until next time on the Ascendant Lands.